Hi, and welcome to From the Gallery. I'm your host, Lori Neuenfeldt, Gallery Director in the Department of Art here at Mississippi State University. I'm happy to have today with me two wonderful students who are pursuing a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in photography in the Department of Art. They're going to be talking a little bit about their recent work, what it's like to go through the process in the photography concentration, and then also share a little bit about their own personal stories. First up is going to be Latrice Scott. Hi, Latrice.
Hey.
Thanks for being here today.
You're welcome.
So you just finished opening an exhibition of your final senior portfolio work here at Mississippi State University.
Yes.
Does it feel good?
Yes.
And you've come a long ways. You've been studying in the Department of Art and photography for how many years?
It would be 5.5
Five and a half years.
Yes.
So where are you originally from?
I'm from Pearl, Mississippi, right outside of Jackson, so it's like 5 minutes.
You are not far from Starkville at all.
Nope.
Well, we're glad that you're here and you're studying here at Mississippi State University. I just want to know, how is it you found Mississippi State? What drew you to attend the program here?
Well, it all started with me being in high school, and I had took photography classes there, so that kind of brought in my idea to pursue photography as my concentration. But my art professor there also like kind of pushed me towards like coming here, because she knew like a lot of people have been here and done a lot of things and made careers having Mississippi State as their college that they came to. And it was home, it's Mississippi, and I was hard to move out of the state, so that's really just what that is.
Great. Well, okay, so you have to name the program, the wonderful professor who sent you our way in high school. Where did you go to high school?
I went to Pearl High School.
Okay.
So, and the professor is Felicia Lee. I'm not sure if she's still a professor there or a teacher there, but she was there for plus some years after I graduated.
So when you first came to Mississippi State, were you declared an art major, or you come in undeclared, but you knew this was what you were going to do?
Art undeclared is what I was classified as.
And you chose photography.
Yes.
So what favorite memories do you have here at Mississippi State University in your pursuit of photography?
It was, the first one was getting the letter or the email from Marita Goody saying that I got accepted into the photo concentration, but also when I got my artwork accepted into the judge competition in 2015. So those are the big moments, and not only just one piece of my work got accepted, but more than one. So it was an honor to see myself in there.
That's fantastic. So all these successes. So for those viewers who are watching, just to give them some insight, you aren't immediately in the photography program. It's something that you have to go through the foundations of learning art with drawing and painting and, oh gosh, design 1, design 2, and then you have to apply. You have to use those works that you do in your early classes to apply to get into photo. And now you said you work closely with Professor Guti, Marita Guti, and other photography professors. You want to mention anyone else?
For the first half of the semester, last semester, I worked close with Dominique Lapillo, and then this semester working with Marita Guti and Candace Hitt. So all three of those are our photo concentrators. Yes.
Yeah, your professors, they're wonderful. And they help you in your final portfolio work.
Yes.
And we're going to look at some samples now. They'll probably pop up on the screen. And you can tell us about maybe part of your artist statement or what was your intention, what we're seeing
So
here.
my intention for the series was focused on the African American community and how society kind of depicts people's skin tones and discriminates, because I guess the ideal beauty they see is to be more lighter complexion or lighter color of the bag. So all of these photos are photographed on a brown paper bag that symbolize the brown paper bag test they did in the 90s. And so I really want to focus on putting everybody's picture on there to basically say that if you wouldn't really know their skin tone unless you see their pixels. So the bottom portion is actual screenshot pixels of their skin tone. So that means like, this is who they are, this is their skin tone. Do you still find them beautiful even though their skin tone is not the bad color?
And the one thing you said in your artist statement that I read that was interesting was you said that when you look closely and you can see the skin tones as in this pixelated form, is you see that it is a makeup of many different colors.
Yes, many different colors. We're not just defined by one tone or one color. We're actually broken down by multiple shades.
So it's something the viewers may have a hard time seeing, but the way the bags are installed, you install them side by side, and they are open,
Yes.
and you get a sense of the depth, and then all of these photos appear side by side, all these people together.
Yes.
Was this, I guess, something that you discovered new things as you went along through the process, or was this all your intention from the start?
Well, at first it was going to be intentionally open because that was the plan. But the idea was to be on shelves, but Marita suggested just let them be free floating off the wall. And I was like, that's great. That's more, it gives a more intimate feeling so that the audience can actually, or the viewers can actually come and like be closer with the object so they can see the pixels closer up. So I really enjoyed that.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being with us here today, and congratulations on your success. We'll be up next with my next student, Sanessa Wright.
It's hard to fathom. By the year 2050, Earth will be home to 3 billion more people than today. And with rising populations and dwindling resources, one of the most pressing questions is a stark one. How will we feed everyone? At Mississippi State University, we're preparing a meal table where there's a seat for all of us. As one of the nation's leading research universities, our scientists are deploying technology to enhance crop production, developing vaccines to protect aquaculture, working to boost water resources here at home and in communities around the globe. And by partnering with the League of International Universities and the United Nations, we're guaranteeing that global food security is a priority for years to come. As our world grows, so do the challenges. But when it comes to how we will feed everyone, rest assured, Mississippi State has all options on the table. Our world is changing. The way we work, the way we connect, the way we see things around us. At Mississippi State University, we're agents of change, creating our own bright futures, solving real problems, turning challenges into possibilities, and lighting the way to a whole new world of emerging markets. Through MSU's new state-of-the-art Center for Entrepreneurship and Outreach, we're collaborating across campus, sharing perspectives and resources of multiple disciplines to power dreams. But we're so much more than dreamers. We've launched hundreds of student-led businesses, earning millions in revenue, and impacting our state's economy in new and creative ways. We're the next generation of business leaders, and we're ready for a changing world. How do we know we're ready? Because we're the ones changing it. Imagine architectural designs that breathe new life into communities. We are at Mississippi State University, where we ring true.
Hi, and welcome back to From the Gallery. I'm here talking to photography students who are coming upon their graduation here at Mississippi State University, and they'll be getting a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in the Department of Art. With me right now is Sanessa Wright. Hi, Sanessa.
Hello.
So briefly tell us, where are you from originally?
I'm from Verona, Mississippi.
Okay, and you're here at Mississippi State University. We've been working the past few years on photography concentration, and then the past months and weeks specifically on a final portfolio for an exhibition, correct? So let's look at some of your works that you just had on display in the Causeway Depot Art Gallery, and tell us what you were thinking about when you made this imagery.
My overall topic was to try to show the mental traumas that are unseen when you deal with toxic relationships, and this particular image was about church leadership misleading some of their congregation to make bad decisions in life.
And the title of the entire
The
project,
Seeds You Sow.
The Seeds You Sow. So toxic relationships. So did you pull images from your own personal history, or did you have to go and find some?
Some came from thrift shops, eBay, bought from people that just happen to have like random photos of people that they didn't necessarily know.
So you don't know the
No.
people in these photos, and then you're altering them. Is that?
Yes, I'm altering the photos to try to show how, although maybe a toxic relationship wasn't physically harmful, how it was mentally harmful, and that's something that you can't necessarily see. So I guess it's the photo behind the photo.
So what kind of relationship here has?
The grandmother and the granddaughter, she was upset because her husband had been beating on her, but the granddaughter was getting ready to leave the husband, and the grandmother was like, well, you know, as long as he doesn't kill you, you should stay with him because of his skin tone.
Wow.
So yeah.
So we have this last image.
Yeah, and this is basically, I guess, a play on trickle-down economics, like how younger men watch negative relationships with like their grandfathers and uncles and fathers, and how they treat women, and it impacts how they treat women as a whole down the line, and because it's, you know, learned negative behavior.
So you're finding these images and you're writing this into the image.
Yes.
And then in order to express that toxic, I love that is such a great word you use, you alter it, and the viewers may not be able to tell, but these photos, they appear very large on the screen, but they're actually small.
Yeah.
Similar to what you're seeing with film photography, like what I feel like I'm used to growing up.
I think the biggest one is probably maybe 5 by 7.
Okay. And are you putting these into any kind of digital format first and altering them? How is that process?
I scanned them in, and then I played with some of the alteration processes, but it's kind of like a one-of-a-kind thing. So after you have started, it's, you know, either all or nothing. You have to commit or just, you know, kind of scrap that photo.
Yeah. And I saw that some of them even had safety pins or stitching that was applied on top of them. Well, how did you come to that?
I was trying to, I sourced the stories from like public domain online and things like that, so I wouldn't offend anybody that maybe had a similar situation that I knew, to make sure, you know, like, oh, this isn't about you.
Right.
And I'm really good at sewing, so I felt like that would be good to demonstrate or illustrate some of the tension in the photograph. I feel like fabric is easier to illustrate tension.
Yeah. I think it does a great way to draw the viewer in too, because they are very small and delicate. Well, we only have a minute left. I guess let's leave. What's your favorite memory, real quickly? Favorite memory
going to
in
Anderson
Mississippi
Ranch.
State? Going to Anderson Ranch
Yes.
to study and learn more about the photography
Yes.
process. And that was a grant-funded
Yes.
trip. Wonderful. Well, thank you for being with us
You're welcome.
here today. And congratulations on your exhibition
Thank you.
and your BFA degree, soon to be awarded.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you for joining us here on From the Gallery. You can catch us next time. And if you have any questions or comments, please email me at lneuenfeldt@caad.msstate.edu.